Hello everyone, this is LethalLevelLoader. I'm making a quick tutorial for people who want to move their mod from LethalLib to LethalLevelLoader. There's already a tool if you would like to move your Lethal expansion mod to LethalLevelLoader, so I will not be covering that. I'm just covering the basic LethalLib to LethalLevelLoader. It shouldn't take very long, their systems are very similar. I'm gonna show how to go from LethalLib to LethalLevelLoader by showing my complete project that I recently moved into LethalLevelLoader. So this tutorial assumes that you have a completely working Unity project, and the first step is getting the latest LethalLevelLoader DLL and inserting it in here. This is my LethalLevelLoader. LethalLevelLoader also requires a few dependencies, so if this box called validate references is checked, you're going to need to add the references such as LethalLib, which is a dependency. You need to add max was unavailable lethal mod data lib. That's it. Yeah, so you just need those as dependencies, and then of course your own actual mod. But yeah, so the first step you want to do is that you want to make a folder that contains everything that you've worked on. I could organize this a bit better. I could organize this into an enemies tab, a scraps tab, because these two are scraps, these two are different enemies, and yeah, I could just organize it better, but this is fine for the lack of content that my mod adds. Only a few enemies and a few items. And then you're gonna go right click, you're gonna go to create, and then you're gonna find LethalLevelLoader. First thing you're gonna make is the ExtendedMod. ExtendedMod contains everything that your mod adds. First you're gonna put the name of the mod, and then your author name, which is your name. For me it's LethalLevelLoader and the giant specimens. You don't have to worry about this too much. This is for people who are making multiple mods and want to merge them, kind of similar to how moon creators will create 10 plus moons or something ridiculous, but they're all under different mods, but they want to merge them into one mod. This will do that. If you're making interiors, you're going to go into dungeon flows. If you're making moons, you're going to do levels. Items and scraps are here. Weathers, there's not, I don't believe you can do weathers right currently. It's a work in progress, but the following all work, and I believe these two also work, but they might be a bit buggy currently. So for my mod, I only need to mess with enemies and items. So first let's explore what it requires. You can tell by the name that it wants extended item. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the folder with your completed scrap. For example, I have a plushie here. It has the animator to animate a few things with it, and it has the object, the item object that you should already have from making LethalLib. This contains all my plushies, settings, sounds, stuff like that. So you're gonna go here and press right click, and you're gonna make another LethalLevelLoader object called, by going to extended content, called extended item, and then you're gonna call it something like redwood plushie. Oh, I can't type. Extended item. You're calling it this because names are good. You generally want to name things whatever the scrap name is, and then you're going to include extended item at the end, just so you can have a reference, like an idea of what it is when you're looking at things through code. So I already have an extended item set up, so I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to go to my redwood plushies extended item right here. So there's a few options here, just don't get overwhelmed. You have the place to put your item from this when you made it in LethalLib. Just put it here, and then you would put a pluralized name like redwood plushies, whistles, redwood hearts. This is for when you're buying the item, multiple of the item, it just pluralizes it. Instead of saying 10 redwood plushie, you'd say 10 redwood plushies. And then here you can also set if it's a buyable item. And then you have the important settings, level matching and dungeon matching. Level matching is for when you want to put the plushie into a specific moon setting, so you can configure the spawn weights based on what moon you're going to, and Dungeon Master configures the configs such as spawn weight based on what dungeon interior spawns. So I don't like to mess with dungeons too much. but I do like changing settings for depending on what moon it is. I find it very fitting. So to mess with the level matching, you're gonna want to make a just go on create LethalLevelLoader utility and go to level matching properties. Similar naming style, call it redwood plushie level matching. Again, the names are just for making things easier on yourself, just organizing. Realistically, these all should be in their own folder. This is very unorganized. I should not be doing it like this. But yeah, after you create the level matching, if you're gonna set the configs through code, just leave it empty. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you made it, and then you link it back to your extended item by dragging it right here. But if you're doing it not by code and just by the Unity project, you're gonna make an element, and then you're gonna do something like experimentation, because that's a planet name, and then you're gonna set the rarity. Right now it's only between 0 and 300, but you can increase that limit in code. And if you'd like to change the spawn rate based on the weather of the moon, I'm not too sure about this one. And if you want to change the spawn rate based on tags that the moon has, or based on what author made the moon, or what the moon's mod name is, stuff like that. There's so much configurability. I only use the planet names, and potentially I'll start using weather soon. And that's it for level matching. Just include it here. These three options, I'm not too sure, but I assume this is for when you want to buy it as a buyable item. You have the screen that says, would you like to purchase redwood plushie? It will cost blah blah blah. This overrides the information that displays on the terminal when you're trying to buy it. If you would like a custom message, something like that, you can just put it here. But anyway, finally you have content tags. Now LethalLevelLoader already has a list of tags that's embedded into the mod. I'm just gonna show it here. These are the tags. Apologies for the flashbang, but BATB has separated the tags into three categories: items, selectable levels, and enemies. Where selectable levels is simply the normal vanilla levels, and enemies gives you tags based on just what the enemies are normally set at. But you can add your own tags. You don't have to follow this set of tags, but generally I like following it. And so my enemy currently has some base tags like interactable. Oh, sorry, not my enemy. My plushie has some base tags like interactable, medium value, medium weight, two-handed, scrap. You don't have to make these in the Unity project. You shouldn't. You can set these in code. There's already a function in the code that you can use made by BATB to give it a tag that he already made, because he already made these tags. But I made them real quick just to show how you would apply them. You can give them a name. Oh yeah, I had to make them first. Go to create LethalLevelLoader utility content tag, and then it would make something like this with an empty name and an empty color. You can press this, go to anywhere you would like, and just press, and I press Ctrl Z, that's why I went back, and then you can just give it a name, and you can apply that name to the where is it, my samples, that is the plushie. You can apply that content tags right here, so that when you're doing something like level matching, level tags, or something similar, you can just mess with it based on what tags it has in code or in here. Although you wouldn't do it in level matching because that's for moons only. And then let's go back to our main extended mod. So and then you'd add the plushies right here, or the items that you made right here. You'd add specifically the extended item. Not this. Where is it? There it is. You'd add this into the extended mod. Now setting up the AssetBundle, which is practically the final step for this, you want to basically get rid of your old AssetBundle, because back when you were doing LethalLib, you might have had to give multiple things the AssetBundle, the specific name, just for everything to load together, because not everything was linked automatically. But for LethalLevelLoader, everything that's attached to this is attached to everything else, so you only need to put this in AssetBundle. So give it a name, and then don't forget to give it this following extension. So you go from none, you just go new and then type LethalBundle, and that should be fine. This gives it an extension so that LethalLevelLoader can detect your AssetBundle and process it. And that should be it. You just go to Window, AssetBundle browser, and if you can see, everything else is auto except my main AssetBundle, and you just build it. I'm just gonna run through my setup for the enemies as well, just in case you're curious how I set it up. I have my enemy, I have level matching, name, enemy type, some tags, nothing different than the items. That's how you set it up. And thanks for watching. I hope this helps.